What's up? It's another Wednesday, and we are your Wednesday Warriors. We are here to talk
Hi.
to you guys about all the geeky things that we did last week and all kinds of really cool comic book geeky news. My name is Joey Galvez, and this is my pal, Ambrosha. How's it going?
Hi. Good. How are you?
I am doing wonderful. How was your week last week?
It was actually really good. Things have kind of like slowed down, and I built Legos and read comic books. It was great.
That's awesome. You are like the Lego master. You're one of the people that I know that has like almost every set. You'll wait in line for the Legos, like the new sets, and like,
oh yeah,
I've never done anything like that, but I've always kind of wanted to.
It is so much fun. I never realized how into it people got until like I went to a release. And my husband's like, no, we have to go. And I'm like, oh, so it's cool. Fine. But then we got there and I was like, oh my gosh, other people are into Legos too.
That's awesome. That's so cool that you guys kind of share that together. So Ambrosha, did you watch the Tomorrow War? Were you involved in the Tomorrow War? Because they took...
No.
Oh my gosh, you gotta watch that because it's so good. I should probably change up the graphics here, but yeah, it's so good.
What is it?
And so I don't know if there's anybody out there that's listening that can tell us a little bit about that. But anyway, the Tomorrow War is basically people come from the future, like 30 years into the future, and there's a war that they're fighting, so they have to grab everybody from the present, but they need anybody who's willing, so they reinstate like a second draft.
Wait, is this a movie or a TV show?
It's actually happening. This is actually in the news right now.
Wait, are you serious?
Yeah, look, turn on your news.
No, okay, you don't understand this. I am so gullible. Like, I am extremely gullible, and see, this is why we make a good team, because I look to you for our news, and then I bring in my comic book news. But
there you go.
Wait, I haven't watched the news in forever. It's okay, for real.
It's happening right now. We are in the Tomorrow War. No, it's a movie on, I believe, Prime. It's actually really good. It's got Chris Pratt in it. Yeah, you look it up. The Tomorrow
War.
And it's so good. You know how good it is?
How good is it?
My 18-year-old daughter came home and she told me, she's like, I watched this movie. It was so good. And she's like, it's called the Tomorrow War or something. And I looked at my wife because my wife knew, and I tried to get her to watch it. And she's like, no, that's just too geeky for me.
Come on, Elizabeth.
So my daughter was like, oh, it's so cool. So I was like, I just gave my wife the eye, and she just knew that. I was like, yep, that's
all right.
Awesome.
If your 18-year-old daughter is into it, then
who hates comic books just like mom.
What they both do?
I mean, they're my daughter likes comic books, but she doesn't want to admit it. There was one point in her life where she collected them, and then she stopped collecting them and gave them all away. So it's one of those things.
She gave them away?
Well, she gave them back to Dad, and Dad took care of them, and they're back here somewhere. So
that's so sad. Okay, well, if she could get down with some Tomorrow War, okay. For one, I'm really glad to know that we aren't really at war, so that I could sleep well tonight. And for two, okay. For two, I'm excited to watch this because, see, this is, like I said, this is why we work good together, because I'm so out of the loop when it comes to like movies and TV shows.
Yeah,
and
I liked it a lot. It was really good. You got to check it out. It's a really good movie. And like even tonight, just kick back and kind of relax and watch a good movie. That's definitely, it's like action packed. It's awesome. I'm all about that movie right now.
Well, it's nice to have movie recommendations because, like, as I build Legos, I like to have like something to watch. And so I actually watch, or I'm watching. I was halfway done with it. I've never seen this movie, but it's I Know What You Did Last Summer. I know this is like an old movie. It came out in '97, but I love horror movies, but that came out when I was like 6, 7, and so I never watched it, and so now I'm trying to go back and watch all the movies that I've missed out on.
Yeah, you have to watch I Know What You Did Last Summer at least once in your lifetime, and then you got to go and watch the first Scream. There was
That's on my list too to watch.
There was one point when me and my daughter, we did a Scream marathon, and we watched every single freaking Scream movie, even the horrible ones, even the weird.
How many are there?
There's like 5 or 6. Like there's a lot. There's an obscene amount, and they just get more increasingly horrible.
Oh no!
It's so bad, but it's so good at the same time. You're just like, oh yeah, that's like super good cheese, but like you don't want to ever admit that you watched it.
But I feel like most movies are like more like horror movies are cheese anyways.
Oh yeah, like, but they still don't make horror movies like they used to. Like, come on. Like, what was the scariest movie that scared the living wits out of you?
There's only been like one movie to scare the bejeebus out of me. And that was The Conjuring, which I know like came out like later. Yeah. But okay, this is gonna have to be for a whole nother episode. But like I grew up in a haunted house. Like
what? In a haunted house? You grew up in a haunted house?
Yes.
Okay, hold on. We had
to move out.
Let's hear your story. Let's hear your story about the scariest movie you ever watched. But then we need to directly go into that story about the haunted house. If you're comfortable.
Yeah, I have so many stories about it. But it was The Conjuring because there were so many things that reminded me of like our house.
Okay.
And I think
pretty creepy.
And then there was like things that I think like when you bring in like based on true story type things, I don't know. I love those ones because it actually can happen. And when you bring in like the religion aspect of it, I don't know. I think like all of it together just made for a really good story.
Yeah. So what we're talking about here, guys, that everybody who is jumping in now, Ambrosia finally saw I Know What You Did Last Summer, and we were discussing Scream, so that brought up a question that I proposed to her, which is the question that is proposed in Scream: what is your favorite scary movie, right? And she said The Conjuring. Mine is actually Freddy Krueger movie, the freaking Nightmare on Elm Street. Like
that was a good one.
Scared the living crap out of me as a kid, and
like
I was
with Johnny Depp.
Yes, that's the one. And then like that creepy scene inside. Oh, anyway. And then
which one?
Another one that was really like when they're in. I can't. All I remember was I know they're trapped and they can't get out. This is the creepiest thing in my like I can't. And then Child's Play, the first one. Scared the crap out of me. I remember that one. I think that one scared me even more than Nightmare on Elm Street, because we watched it for the first time at my grandmother's house, who literally lived across the street from an orange grove, and the couches were where the backs were towards the biggest window in the living room. So literally your back is towards this big, huge, pitch black orange grove that is just beyond your front yard. And I'm freaked out, and I gotta be the smallest kid, and I'm like looking out in this front area to see if there's like this creepy little doll running behind me, like just like that scene when he runs past. I'm just like, nope. I'm out. I'm done. Never. And I don't think to this day I've ever finished that movie.
Really?
Like, never. And I will never.
I love the Chucky movies.
I can't do it.
Oh no, I'm so sorry.
Yeah, it's so bad, but so good at the same time.
No, they are.
Nobody's chiming in here in the chat. If you guys want to chat with us, let us know.
Yeah, what is their
scary movie?
The first movie that truly scared you?
in the chat if you guys want to. So super cool. I'm excited to talk about some stuff here with you. Before we get into the news, we did something that was actually really kind of fun last week. And I think we're going to implement it again, guys. We're going to be doing the mystery candy. Are you?
Dun dun dun.
Yeah, I don't have theme music. I should here. Is this? I don't think this is good enough theme music here. Is this being played here? Where's it at? There we go. Is this good? Is that good theme music here for our mystery candy? Like, I've got a whole bag here. I've got a whole bag of goodies here, guys. I've got
mine's over there.
Yeah. Go ahead and
I have to go get it.
Because Ambrosia and I, we were going to do this, and I was talking to her about this one here. Want some of these, so I grabbed a bunch of crazy goodies, some weird goodies that are like random weird. We're going to talk about, look at this. This is kind of weird. We're going to do our mystery candy. I'm going to grab this one here out of the bag. We recently both found this one here on, let's see. We found this one in the store, and I had to tell Ambrosia, I said, look at this, check this out. What is this about? And we decided that we're going to talk, we're going to eat these on air, live on air, and tell you guys how they taste. I've got a whole bag of weird stuff over here. Toss. Ambrosia has her own. We're going to both eat them, open them up and eat them live on camera while we discuss some geek news and tell you guys a little bit about this stuff. We have a comment here. We have a comment from comic book creator Ed Davis. He says, nothing freaked me out more than that poltergeist when I was a kid. I had a tree outside my window that I thought was going to eat me. That's got to be creepy. That's so creepy.
I'm also really jealous that you had a tree house.
A tree house, I know, right? That'd be so cool.
But I'm so sorry. Yeah, Poltergeist, that was a good one too.
Poltergeist was a creepy one too. I don't know. Do you have yours open yet, Ambrosia? Did you like?
No, but I can't.
Turn it open. Is it green too? Like, is it green?
It is.
And we were talking about last week that we wanted to do the wasabi Kit Kats.
Oh, I forgot to look those up.
I don't like. We gotta find those. But this one's green too. Look at, they're green. They're
so
like
is the matcha Kit Kat.
You know, what does it smell like? Does it smell like a Kit Kat?
It smells like key lime. It does smell like a Kit Kat. It smells like
it does smell. Look here. Should we do the ASMR thing again?
Yeah.
For everybody to does that annoy you guys? All right.
One of the kids I tutor said that my chewing bothers them, so maybe it's good ASMR content.
Like, are you a loud chewer?
I guess so. And I didn't think I was. I felt bad.
Or are they just, or do you have that student just seated a little too close?
Maybe. It's just him and I, so.
There you go. What is yours taste like? How do you like yours? Oh. Oh, that's kind of a weird first, like, initial taste. I don't think I get key lime from that, though.
It comes, like, after, like, in the middle.
Key lime.
Because then, like, at the end, you get, like, white chocolate.
That's weird. That's such a weird one. We have another comment here about your scariest movie from Priscilla Autor. She says, The Sixth Sense freaked me out so bad, specifically the scene where they showed the kid that was his dad's gun, with his dad's gun.
The Sixth Sense, that was a good one.
It's not super scary, but it got me. The Sixth Sense, that's with Bruce Willis, right? In the
yep.
Freaking what is it? The I See Dead People. Yeah.
Yep.
You know what? That's I love that movie. I've actually revisited it now that I'm an adult. Here, let me turn this music off because
it has like such a good plot twist. I think like that was like one of the first movies that really had that like ending that you're like, wait, what? And then you have to go back and like it made you go back and rewatch it.
What was your favorite plot twist in a scary movie?
I'm gonna have to agree with Priscilla. I think it was definitely the Sixth Sense.
Okay. I think my favorite plot twist, I don't think it would be, well, this one's kind of like a thriller, but my favorite, the best plot twist that I think happened recently within the last my last 10 to 15 20 years, a little bit less than that, I don't want to give away my age. I'm going to say 40 years. Anyway, is Signs. That was a crazy twist. Everybody knows that twist, right? That's the famous twist.
Wait, what's the twist in Signs?
In
The water?
The fact that they are aliens and they actually reveal them, and they die by water. But
It's funny because that was going to be my first scary movie that scared me.
okay,
Was Signs.
okay,
Because like just aliens that, I mean, we've talked about aliens being real, and
I believe it. Yeah,
1,000%. And so yeah, that I think that could have also been the first movie that scared the bejeebus out of me.
yeah. Priscilla says yes. Signs was so good. Yeah, it was really good. I don't know. I've never really seen any of the newer scary movies to kind of give a good like reference to if I like the new style versus the old school style or not. So I don't know, man. So I can't really get into that very
I don't
well.
know either. I think as you, I mean, as newer movies come out, sometimes they are super cheesy. I don't
Mhm.
know. It's hard to. My husband makes fun of me because I'll be home alone for like hours, and I'm upstairs like watching like scary movies by myself with like the lights off. Um,
Oh
and so
man.
it takes a lot for me to not get
Yeah.
for me to be scared. But one movies that will scare me to this day are exorcism movies
Yes, yes, that's such a crazy thing. I
or
will
like
not
Ouija
touch
board
any.
movies.
I don't touch that kind of supernatural
No,
creepy power stuff. Nope,
no,
nope, don't
don't
touch
play with
that.
Ouija boards. Mm-mm.
All right, Ambrosia, are
I did
you
my homework this week.
okay? Are you ready? I'm glad you did your homework, but are you ready for some geek news?
Yes, please.
Because I'm ready for some geek news. Let's talk about number one. There's something happened that was absolutely crazy and broke the freaking internet. Did you hear about this here?
No.
So, oh, my music is playing again. Why is everything on a
I will say that I feel like TikTok was broken yesterday.
was
But
broken? Yeah. Well, I don't know if TikTok was broken, but Hugh Jackman broke the freaking internet by posting a picture of him with Kevin Feige, and then on the other side, a Boss Logic poster of Wolverine's arm. Like, so
um,
everybody's like flipping out and wondering, did we just see them kind of tease that he's coming back and reprising his role as Wolverine? Your feelings?
I hope so. I love Hugh Jackman as Wolverine.
Okay.
And did you watch Logan?
Yes, really good. I liked it. I liked it.
I
I thought they were going to go in a different direction when I first heard about the idea of the script. They did not go anywhere near where I thought they were going to go. So,
Me either. Which is definitely like bittersweet
yeah.
because I loved the movie, but it definitely wasn't what I was expecting, especially because like there was no follow up with the movie. Like I was
Okay.
really hoping that we would have had like a sequel to um his daughter in that movie
Okay. Okay. Though,
or
yeah.
the little girl.
Mhm.
Um but so I need some more Wolverine in my life. And I would love if him and Kevin worked together.
Okay. So, what is
Okay, what are
everybody
your thoughts?
feeling? I want to know what everybody else's feelings are on this specific thing here. Should Hugh Jackman reprise his role as Wolverine, or should they give a new up and coming actor, somebody who can do better in that role, younger, maybe a little bit closer to what a Wolverine would be? I honestly, I loved that we had a Wolverine in the first place, and Hugh Jackman did a wonderful job as that role. I do think I would love to see somebody new in that role and see how they would do that. I
Okay.
just I just have no idea who that would be. I have no idea. I don't have any fan casting or anything like that. But I'm sure there's tons of people out there who I would probably agree with if
What
they
makes it
something out there.
so hard is like when they came out with these movies and they have someone like Hugh Jackman who just like is Wolverine, and like for instance, or like, you know how we have, when we think of Iron Man, we think of Robert Downey Jr., and same with like Captain America and Steve Rogers. I mean, even in the comic books, they now draw the characters to look like those specific characters. That it's so hard to bring someone else in because people are forever like, it's so hard, people can't let go, that like for them Wolverine is Hugh Jackman. And
Yeah.
I think I saw that
See
in
that.
the Han Solo movie, where I personally loved Solo. I thought it
I
was
liked it.
so good, and I thought more people were gonna like it, but it just got like shitty reviews, crappy reviews, and I don't
did.
know why. And I think a lot of it was because like that's not who people like when they think of Han Solo.
Yeah.
They think of oh shoot, what's his name?
Oh, yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. You mean
So
Harrison Ford? Are you talking about Harrison Ford? Okay.
thank you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Harrison Ford.
I didn't know. I don't know the other guy's name. So, unfortunately, but yeah, I think he did a good job in that role, and I think Harrison Ford made it very easy for him to kind of pick up on everything that he, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but the fans didn't like it.
Yeah, I liked it. I
did too.
I thought it was really good. But I'm not one of those crazy Star Wars fans who like to talk down on things. But there's not, and not every fan is that way. Ed Davis says, I would love to see Jackman's Wolverine in the new Spider-Man movie. They could bring him in and also introduce a new one, seeing as they are playing around with the multiverse.
Yes,
I love
that would
that
be
idea.
Excellent.
That would be really cool.
I think that would be the right way of doing it, as like introducing another Wolverine while you have Hugh Jackman, because it's almost like passing of the torch, and most fans seem like it's more acceptable to do that instead of just like,
and still,
hello.
You're still giving a nod over to the old guard, I guess you would say. I like that idea. Super cool. So, but okay. So, if he's gonna come in to the multiverse, how would you do that? How would you handle that, Ed Davis? But I don't know how I would handle. I honestly don't know how they're even going to handle all the multiverse stuff. Like,
I don't even know how they're going to handle Spider-Man. I'm so nervous.
The craziness that they are, that everybody's talking about what they're doing is, I'm like, just like, oh, I hope that they can just stick the landing here. Priscilla says, I heard that they were talking about having Doc Montgomery, Max's brother in Stranger Things, as a new Wolverine. He also played the Red Ranger in the Power Rangers movie, the reboot that they did, I think, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, he would be good.
That would be a good idea. I don't know. Can he beef up though? Because every time that I've seen him, I haven't seen him as because you got to be short and stocky, almost like a Wolverine. If we're actually going to be sticking to,
I think he could. I think he could do it.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, I was not on board with what's his name? With Batman. What the heck's his name? My daughter's gonna kill me that I don't know his name right now.
With Batman?
Yeah. The freaking
which
guy.
Which one?
His name? Our buddy Kevin Dissett here, he says, Hugh for one appearance in the MCU, then change course and have X-23 be the Wolverine of the MCU. Honestly, that might be where they're going with. He might not even be reprising his role as in a way that we think he that would be a really good kind of step in a different direction, because I think they need new fresh faces and to be the face of this. They are starting this off phase 4 this Friday with Black Widow.
I'm so excited.
Crazy. I'm super excited too. We're going to talk about that here in a little bit, but they're starting it off here this week, and everybody's starting to get excited because now that phase 4 is here. and what are we going to see next? And everybody's kind of saying that we're going to start to see tons of stuff starting to roll out here, and it's going to be like there's going to be so much content tossed at us here in the next few years that and I just hope that they do as well as they did, or if not better than they did in the first handful of phases. Like they did good.
They did really good.
They did good.
And I'm hoping that it was like worth the wait, because a lot of people are having problems with it being released so late. But at the same time, like this is going to be one of the first times people go to the movie theaters. And so would Black Widow be the same if it was premiered on a television versus like in a movie theater? So Joey, are you going to see Black Widow on your TV, or are you going to go to the movie theaters?
Listen, my two middle kids are at their grandmother's home in Phoenix. So we have the smallest one. My daughter's 18. She goes and does her thing. So I think I'm gonna probably stay home. My wife is probably not even anywhere near interested in watching it. But I'm probably gonna watch it myself. Are you guys gonna? I'm probably gonna watch it home. Are you guys going to the theater, or you're staying home?
No, we're going to the theater. We got our AMC movie passes back.
Oh, so cool. Is that your husband? He's got to jump in here on the conversation.
Yes, he's in the background.
I know he's got to jump in because he's got some good insight on some of this stuff too.
Yes,
we need to invite him into the studio sometime soon.
Yeah, one day he'll have to make
if he's available.
But yeah, no, we're definitely going into the theaters for it.
So how is everybody out there? How is everyone out there going to watch Black Widow? Are you going to watch it in the comfort of your own living room, or are you guys going to go watch it in the theater? I'm going to watch it on my couch at home, maybe with my wife just kicking back because she does not want me to watch ScarJo. We don't want a ScarJo on the on the TV screen while I'm in there in the dark under the covers, and it's not because I'm scared.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I had this conversation at dinner with my little sister's boyfriend, and I like every guy I ask, Scarlett Johansson is their like movie crush. Like my husband's, it's like my dad's, it's like everyone who has like this wide spectrum of like, she's everyone's like go-to.
Right. Yeah, well, I guess she's got something going on. I don't know. I'm not gonna get myself in trouble. But yeah, I'm excited. I hope everybody's out there is excited. Are you guys? Let me know what you guys are gonna do. Are you guys gonna watch it in the comfort of your own home, or are you gonna watch it in the theater? Super cool. What else do we have here? I got tons of stuff here. How this happened last night, and I know that I talked to Ambrosia a little bit, and she's not big of a fan, but the Phoenix Suns win Game 1 last night. I'm only bringing this up because I'm out here in Phoenix, or in Arizona, Phoenix area, and it's huge news. I'm not much of a huge basketball fan either. I really like football a little bit more. I probably get more excited about football. I'll watch that more often. But I do enjoy a basketball game here and there, and I have been known to watch some basketball entire season. So I don't know if that tells you how my fandom sits in basketball, but the only basketball that I know is Phoenix Suns basketball because I've been here for 20 years.
Joey had to tell me that they were an NBA team. I asked him, I was like, are they college or are they NBA? I don't know. So your knowledge of basketball is way more than my knowledge of basketball.
It's absolute minute. It's I don't have knowledge. I just watch it when it's on if I feel like it. That's how I am. Ed Davis says that he's going to go to the theater to watch Black Widow. That's that was one of those big things that everybody was wondering now. It was Black Widow going to be opening during a time when we can go back to the theaters. Now we are opened up. Most of everywhere's opening up. It might be,
Mm-hmm.
who knows, I don't know, I can't predict the future, but who knows what's going to happen in the near future. So you may have a small chance, a small window to get back in there again. But almost a lot of everybody I know are going to be going. But the cool thing about it is they're not as crowded. Do you think that they're going to be crowded with this movie?
I still don't think it's going to be crowded. I think it will be more like when what was I saw Cruella in the theaters as well as A Quiet Place 2, and both times we went on a Friday at like 7 o'clock, and it was still like nothing. So like there was people, like we had an entire row to ourselves, and so I think no. So I definitely don't think it will be as busy, but I definitely think it will draw in. I think this may be people's like first time seeing
their first night out a little bit, watching something. Yeah, a handful of people, you know. Cool.
Where's it being released from? Disney Plus?
Disney Plus, yeah.
Okay.
I've got Disney Plus, so I'm just gonna watch it at home.
Yeah.
I'll probably just kick back in here and watch it. Who knows?
But it's also Thursday night. Like the movie theater is also like super cool though. So like much cooler than
yeah.
It might just be a nice place for you to get away from the heat.
Listen, I would love, I know, oh my gosh, you don't even know. Today, excessive heat warning, they said that it was going to reach temperatures to 115, if not more. I don't know what it is. I'm not even going anywhere near, like I'm not even going to walk 6 feet anywhere near my windows on that side of the house. So good luck knowing what the temperature is right now out there. But it's absolutely been crazy here. We're actually going to be going into a severe drought here because everywhere around is getting rain. We're not getting anything. There's absolutely nothing coming up here in the next few weeks. So it's going to be really hot, really dry, and really gross. So I'll probably be melted next week. So, but yeah, I'm excited that listen, I didn't really go and watch a lot of movies in the theater before the pandemic, so it was always kind of like if me and my wife got to go, it was this huge treat, and we're like, oh man, we savored it, and it was like so cool. We spent like 3 or 4 hours out doing it, so it was a big thing to us. And when we would go with our kids, it was a big, an even bigger thing. And so even thinking about going to the theater, I have this like anxiety like around the memories because of the kids.
I bet.
so we didn't really go to the theaters in the first place. So I'm like, I'm cool with kicking back in my own house watching a movie and the boys aren't here. I just got to watch for the baby, and I can watch it as loud as I want.
No, that's true.
Even if I can watch it in here in the studio and watch it on my TV here. So
no, and that's awesome. Like my husband and I, prior to COVID, we were at the movies every week. But we also don't have kids, so we.
See, you guys had your movie pass, and we had a zoo pass.
Yay, zoo! I love the zoo.
Yeah, I know.
It's a little different.
We would go to the zoo every week, at least twice a week, to maybe 2-3 times a week sometimes, to the zoo because we had that pass. And
that's awesome.
And everybody says, "Oh, it's crazy. How can you do that?" It's literally like 2 or 3 miles away from us. So it's not that far. It's not that far from where we live. So it's like going to the grocery store for us. You know what I mean? We can do it more often than we can. So,
that makes sense.
And it was cool to take the kids and go walk, when the weather's nice. So
yeah, no, that makes sense. While us, we're like, we have a couple free hours. Do you want to go see a movie? Sure, let's go. Did we just see this movie 3 times? Yes, we did, but it's fine.
All right, do we want to talk about Loki, or do you want to talk about some pool list stuff really quick?
We could do some pool list stuff, and then we could dive into Loki.
All right, let's do that. Let's drop some beats. I don't know what beat this is. Let's see. Let's drop that one. How about this?
Okay.
One?
Ooh, that sounds beatish.
Right here.
Yeah.
It sounds like what?
I don't know. I said I don't know.
The beginning reminds me of like X-Files.
Ooh, I always get down with some X-Files.
Doesn't it remind you of some X-Files? I'm like, this is X-Files right here.
I love that. Yes.
But
if X-Files like took a 2020 pill.
There you go. Here. Yep. Yeah. There you go. And this is what it would be right here. This is Ambrosha Files.
Yes. Of my comic books. Ambrosha's comic book files. All right, so X-Men #1 came out today, as well as Extreme Carnage issue #1, which I am stoked for Extreme Carnage. However, I'm also a little worried because Donny Cates killed it with Absolute Carnage and Venom, and Donny Cates is not writing Extreme Carnage. So I'm hopeful.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's
I'm
crazy.
hopeful, but we'll see. America Chavez issue #4 comes out, which I love me some America Chavez. Star Wars Bounty Hunters. I'm really, really behind on Star Wars. I'm trying to get today I got myself organized with my comic books. And so I just want to I told myself I wouldn't read any Star Wars and that I'm just going to binge read them all. So I'm behind on that one. And Amazing Spider-Man issue #70 came out as well. I'm 2 issues behind on that one. So right now we're in the Chameleon Conspiracy. So we'll see how that goes. I was a little over Spencer's writing, but I'm hopeful that towards the end it sparkles. We'll see.
Okay. Yeah.
We have, in terms of DC, we have Batman Secret Files, The Signal issue #1. Crush and yeah, have you read it yet?
No, I have not. I wanted to read that one though.
Yeah,
that this weekend.
Yeah, I'm excited for that one.
I kind of like the Signal's story. Have you read it, and how do you feel about it yet? No, not yet.
I haven't read. No, I am newer to DC, this past couple years.
Okay.
So when did this original Signal come out?
I think he came. I can't pinpoint it because I kind of fell off. But it's been a couple of years since he's been out there.
Okay.
So yeah, so it's really cool. I'm into the guy. I like his. I think we needed a fresh new vigilante in Batman's corner, because we've seen and then around that time we got 2 of them. We got him, and then we had for quite a while a handful of other people, but we had Orphan and all kinds of crazy people back then.
Yeah,
during the New 52 and all that stuff. That's when they were bringing out all the new everywhere, right? All the new characters. So yeah,
I'm excited. So we'll have to read that one, and then I'll ask what you thought about it next
really
week.
Cool. Yeah, I'll check that one out.
Crush and Lobo issue #2 came out, which that has been a hilarious. Well, issue #1 was quite comical, so I'm excited for issue #2.
I've not. I was gonna read the first one, and I was like, I didn't finish it.
It's funny. It's wholesome.
Yeah, is it?
Yeah.
It's wholesome. Okay.
It's wholesome for a DC comic. It's a wholesome story.
It's a Lobo title. You're saying the Lobo title's wholesome?
Obviously you don't know my gangster background. So
whoa.
Just kidding. Crush is writing to her dad in prison, so we have a lot in common. I'm just kidding. Love you, Dad, if you're watching. He's not watching, but
from his prison cell.
He streams us every Wednesday. He gets Wi-Fi. He's convinced them. He has all of his jail friends in there. No, it's on my. It's. I'm gonna stop now before I get in trouble. Okay, so going back to The Conjuring.
I gotta tell you, I'm sorry for interrupting you, but this is so gross. But I keep going back for more because I see that you're munching over there, and I'm just like, oh, gross. Why do I keep going back? I don't like this freaking candy. If everybody's watching this,
I was gonna ask you, what was your final opinion on it?
Gross. But I've eaten 3 of them.
See, I've eaten 1, and
it's got this weird film. It's so gross. I don't recommend it. Do not get the key lime pie Kit Kat. I'm sorry, Kit Kat.
It doesn't taste like key lime.
If you want to buy these at your local store, use the we don't have a code. Whatever.
It's fine. This is why they won't ever sponsor us.
right? Because we talk
No.
about this stuff.
Okay, would you prefer? So, did you prefer last week's Fruity Pebbles?
I did over this one. I liked last week's Fruity Pebbles.
Ooh, we're gonna have to do like a ranking of like
There you
our
go.
odd
There you go.
flavors.
But if everybody, I don't know if anybody out there before, I know I interrupted you. I'm sorry. I want to let you finish. But if anybody that is watching now watched us last week, we did a giveaway. We were going to give away three issues, the first three issues of a pack from Oneshi Press this week. And what we did, we asked you guys to go out and find the candy that we ate right here on the show, live on the show. Nobody checked, nobody found it, nobody sent us anything, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to up the pot. I told you guys that you guys were going to get this if you found the Fruity Pebbles last week, right? Now what I'm going to tell you guys, find that Fruity Pebbles one, and or you know, I'll take some pictures and send them to me and find it. If you're the only one, I'll just give it to you. But you have to find the Fruity Pebbles candy in your local grocery store and find this key lime pie Kit Kat. I'll show you what it looks like on the front.
But you don't have to eat it. You don't have to eat it. We advise you not to eat it.
If you don't want to eat it, don't eat it. If you're interested in checking it out, taste it, whatever. But take a picture with you and the two candies. You don't have to eat it. You can either take a picture of you with the candies or eat the candy and take a picture of it, gone, you know, whatever. And then send me your picture to House of Indie Pod, and I'm gonna throw it. No way, actually, that's the wrong show. We're not gonna talk about that show till the end. Go to Wed Warriors Live. That's WEDWARRIORS live at gmail.com, and we will not feature your photo on anywhere, but we will announce the winners if we get the first person to show us those two candies. But you'll win these three first issues. And I got another one here. If you guys like Scout books, you guys are gonna like Black Cotton #1. This book right here
is such a good book.
And this is one of the first printings of the first issue. I can't remember if you can get this anywhere anymore. I'm gonna throw this in there. I might even find one that I had signed by the creator, and I'll send that over to you guys if I can find it. I'm not sure where it is. I've got.
And guys, I don't even have that. That is such a cool fight.
I've got one for you, Ambrosia.
Oh,
I'll send you one.
Okay. Thanks.
I'll send you this exact one. I've got multiples of this. But I will send this. I will put this in the pot, and you guys will get this and this. If you guys take a picture and show me that you guys have this candy and the one that we had last week, the Fruity Pebbles, and you'll get 4 comic books. If nobody does it, I will up the pot again next week.
Oh dang! Things are getting wild here.
I'll up the pot again until we get a winner. I will continue up in the pot. Who knows what it's going to be?
It's going to be crazy.
Yeah, it's going to be crazy. Okay, Ambrosia, I'm sorry. You can go ahead.
Oh my gosh, I'm sorry. I don't. Okay. I think when issue 1 of these comics came out is when we took that week off. So I don't think we got to talk about it. Maybe we did. I don't remember. But the DC Black Label came out with The Conjuring, The Lover, which they're smart. They did it like the same week as the Conjuring movie came out. The Devil Made Me Do It. And so far it's really good. So it's DC Horror Comics Presents, and it's The Conjuring, The Lover. So issue number 2 came out, cool. As well as The Nice House on the Lake, which is also a DC Black label. And The Nice House on the Lake is such a cool concept. Like, it is so good. I love that one.
That's awesome.
And to be honest with you, I'm kind of surprised that they are. I mean, having a DC Black label makes sense because I was surprised that DC came out with those books. But then Justice League Infinity issue number 1 came out, and Wonder Girl number 2 came out, which both of those are on my pull list. And in terms of independent, The Good Asian issue number 3. If you haven't been reading The Good Asian, definitely check it out. Baby Teeth. I am really new to Baby Teeth. It's another Donny Cates one, but have you read it or have you heard of it?
I've not read it. I've heard about it a while back. That's one of those ones that I need to.
Because like it came out in 2017, I think 2015 maybe,
Mm.
and it kind of stopped. But he started writing for it again.
Oh, really?
Which,
Okay.
yeah, which basically it's a 16-year-old girl gets pregnant and she's carrying the Antichrist.
Oh,
It's
I remember this book. Yeah, yeah.
always so good. My mom was really concerned because she was like, and I was like, Mom, don't worry, I'm not worshiping Satan. It's
Oh my
fine.
gosh. Oh, that's
Um, and then cereal. I always feel bad saying that because I always feel like I'm saying like as in the food cereal, but it's cereal, like a serial killer. Issue number 5 from Aftershock. Is it Aftershock Comics? No, Abstract Comics.
okay.
Came out with that one, which is
Does it
a
look
smaller
cool?
company.
Does it look
Yeah,
cool?
I
Awesome.
really enjoyed it. It's about this 13-year-old girl who like doesn't age, and she's okay. Imagine Dexter, but in like
Okay.
a 13-year-old
Yeah.
body.
Oh, creepy. Creepy.
It's good. But is there anything new coming out in Scouts?
Scout. I think they came out with Tales Told in Techno Horror. So
Ooh,
that one,
ooh.
it looks really cool. I actually got my copy downstairs because I got my new Scout Comics box in the mail, which is cool. You guys get 12 bagged and boarded books for under 40, 50 bucks, under 50 bucks. And you can get that sent to you monthly, or you can buy a one-time thing. Kind of, and it's really cool. Comes in this really cool box, and you get 12 bagged and boarded books. Awesome. If you guys go to
That's
Scout,
such a good deal too.
yeah, and if you guys want to grab yourself a book of Told in Techno Horror, you could probably head over there now and at checkout type in the word geek. That is GEEK, and you'll get 10% off your total. It does not work on the box, but it does work on other items at Scout.
Yay, discounts. We're all about having you guys save money.
Yeah, yeah, and we may have an even better discount coming up very soon, and another giveaway coming soon that is involving Two Scout Geeks. So keep an eye out for Two Scout Geeks. So soon, very soon. That's I think that's what they got going on with this one. And they have a handful of really cool looking covers. If you guys want to check them out, super.
Wait, what was that comic called?
It's called Tales in Techno Horror.
Okay.
Tales Told in Techno Horror, and I think it's they have handful. The ash can looks really cool. They also came out with one that's going to be hitting stores very soon if it's not already out.
Oh, okay. I found it. Sorry.
They got Long Lost, Adventures of Byron, War on Rotisserie, which is a kid's title, and then you got Tart Origin, Toxic Origin, which if you guys want, myself and my buddy, we talked to the creator Kevin Joseph on Two Scout Geeks a handful of weeks back, and we talked to him about Toxic Origins, and we go into great detail about some really cool stuff. You guys want to listen to that. And Locust number 2. Locust number 2, you got Rabid World number 2, and then they came out with this really cool thing that I still don't know exactly what it is. I got to find out because I have not been on any news stuff, but they have a thing that they're calling Title Box, and then this week is It Eats What Feeds It.
Ooh.
Cool. That's a really good looking book, and they also have comic tags. If you guys are looking to read some digital books, they have a really cool new collectible way to do that. They give this card and they send it to you, and you scratch off a little number in the back, and you guys can download the book in digital form and read it that way. And it's really cool. It's got this really cool collectible card that comes with it. Really cool. They're making waves over there at Scout.
Yeah, that makes me so happy.
Yeah, super cool.
I'm excited, and I'll have to check out. Like the cover is really cool for Tales of Told in Techni Horror. That's a tongue twister right there.
Right. I know. But it looks so cool. I want to read it. I think it almost feels like it's gonna be like an anthology.
Ooh, I love horror anthologies.
Yeah.
Those like remind me of like I have one of my favorite comics right now is Silver Coin.
Yeah.
And because they just remind me of like fun ghost stories you would tell around the campfire. And I think that's what I think of like all anthology series. Like they remind me of like fun sleepover horror stories.
Yeah, I like it. It's cool. That's all I got.
Yeah, same.
All right, let's go and let's talk about Loki. You guys, this is going to be the portion of the episode where we talk about spoilers and possible spoilers. We are not going to talk about episode 5 because that is out today, and we're going to respect everybody, and we're not going to discuss anything that happens in that episode. Number one, because both Ambrosia and I have not seen it, and we are desperately trying to do that so that we don't spoil anything here on the show. We always watch it afterwards and bring you guys our discussion next week. So this week we're going to be talking about episode 1 through 4. Ambrosia, you got caught up.
I did.
How do you feel about what you saw in Loki?
I'll be honest. I had to go back and like rewind a couple things because there was so much. It is definitely like jam packed. And if you like blink, because I was doing it as like I was watching it as I was putting away laundry, but I realized I couldn't do that. You have to just like this is a show where you have to like watch it from like start to finish, because if you don't, you miss things.
Oh yeah. This is my wife likes to get really upset with me because I'm one of those guys that is horrible in a theater. Well, I won't do it in a theater because I respect people. But when we're watching movies, I'm always like, "Oh my gosh, did you see that? Oh, so cool!" I get excited and I can't help myself. And my wife's like, "Shh." She's like she's the shusher, and I'm the talker in the theater. So, and it's
my husband and I.
Right? It's bad. It's bad when you got the opposite like that. And so my wife really hates when we watch movies together, and it's like something that I've either seen or I can like I do a really bad thing now where I like can predict the like the outcome, and I'll say it, and sometimes I'll be right, and I'm like, and she's like, "You've seen this before, haven't you?" I'm like, "No, this is the first time. I'm sorry. It was just predictable. I'm sorry."
See, and I'm the worst. I can never predict anything. Like there are some things that I can predict, but a lot of things, like I think it goes back to like me just being oblivious sometimes, and things just go like over my head. But when it comes to like comic book things, like I'm more on par with them. But with this Loki series, I have not. Like I'm totally. I can't predict him.
So what were your first impressions of the last episode of episode 4?
Loved it so much. I think episode 4 was one of my favorite episodes because we see how diverse Loki as a character can be, and how like little we know about him like in the MCU that we've been provided. And I think that this just opens up a gateway of like we met so many different Lokis in our variants in this episode.
Yeah. Did you get to catch the end scene, the mid?
No, I missed the post-credit scene. I didn't know it, but you could tell me. I'm okay with spoilers.
Okay, spoilers. We see. So he gets pruned, right?
Right.
Spoilers, guys. Spoilers. He gets pruned.
But this came out last week.
This came out last week, so if you guys haven't seen it, if you guys are caught up, hopefully you guys are, who are watching this. So episode 4, he gets pruned and he gets sent out. What happens in the scene is you hear somebody's voice off camera and says, "Hey, he says, am I dead? Am I dead?" He said, "Not yet. Not if you come with us." And he looks up, and there's tons of variants. They're not tons, but a handful of variants of Loki's there, but okay,
I did see it. Never mind.
There was a nod to a handful of the Lokis that were in the comic books, so everybody broke the internet talking about it last week. So it was really cool to see.
And so that was one of the parts I was talking about. So apparently that was the end credit scene. I didn't realize it was. But yeah, that was the part where I just like where we said that we saw a whole bunch of like different variants, and apparently it was also like a nod to the Avengers because there's a similar scene where like how Loki's like at the end in that scene how he's like on the ground and he's looking up to all the different Lokis.
Yeah. Yeah.
There was also the same scene, like in the same exact position where he was looking up to like all the Avengers.
Ah.
And
That's kind of cool. I think I remember that now. Said that's really really an interesting observation there. So, okay. So what was your so your favorite part had to be the point where you see how diverse this Loki is.
Oh, and I love Sylvia.
Okay, Sylvie.
Sylvie, yeah.
Okay, I've got a question about Loki. Do you feel that this Loki has progressed even more than the Loki that was in the correct timeline?
Yeah, progressed in what ways?
His character development was a little bit is progressed in a different way, but kind of going towards a very similar direction that we saw. I'm gonna call him Loki Prime in the correct timeline.
Oh, 1,000%. I see.
Yeah.
For one, I think there's a lot of talk in here about like love.
Yeah.
And how he was describing like the dagger. I don't know if that was like episode 3 or 4, but he was like explaining the dagger like and using it as like a metaphor to love, which like in this Loki is like so much more like empathetic and like open to love versus like, and then Mobius was even like, you like Sylvie. And so like, and I feel like that is something that we wouldn't have like typically seen, where Loki's is very on guard character.
Yeah, we was Loki in the first few movies that we see. He is very much this character where he I would see him as more like an asexual character, where that does not mean that's not as like power means more to him than love, right? But now we see that that's not him. That's him masking everything. So it makes sense that we heard that in these last few episodes, and see now we can kind of recall back to moments in each different movie in in the correct timeline of how where we actually seen those bits and pieces of his character kind of developing in that way throughout the timeline that we saw that as the movies came out, but now we're seeing it in a very much fast paced moment here in the series where they're taking that walk in that dead planet, that dying planet, right? So even that felt like it was kind of like a metaphor to him killing off that shroud, or burning up that shroud that he was kind of encasing himself in to protect himself, which is really interesting to think about.
Yeah.
What do you think about that?
No, I agree. Especially like there is a scene where he's talking about like all these people are gonna die. We're gonna let all these people die, and then like that's just not the Loki that we would have seen. Yeah.
He's sympathetic. He and almost like you're like, whoa.
He cares for people more than himself. Like typically, like as long as he was safe and that he was okay, that's all that matters. But we definitely see a side of him where he actually cares about other people, which, I mean, you knew that he cared for Thor, like he would come back and, but it wasn't after until he screwed up something and he put himself first. And then some realization of like, okay. But I feel like we don't get that as much in this, in this show.
I'm really interested because that was just episode 4, and they revealed these first 4 episodes compared to like a WandaVision, where the WandaVision's first 4 episodes to the first 4 episodes of Loki. I feel like Loki has dropped some bombs on us a whole lot faster than WandaVision did, and I feel like WandaVision, I don't think that did anything wrong to WandaVision. I think the way that kind of developed was exactly the way it needed to, because I understand how that kind of was supposed to be. But I'm really interested on what more we're gonna see if they're dropping these big huge bombs on us now. Like we saw the freaking them like the head of the timekeeper come off and they were animatronic. Now was that
Yes.
really them? Everybody was freaking out. Number one, because it looked like was that I forget the guy. Was is his name Jonathan Majors, the guy who's supposed to be playing Kang the Conqueror?
Oh, I don't know.
Supposedly the timekeeper who's in the middle, that's supposed to be the his character that he's playing, but everybody's saying that that's his character, and but that didn't look like him up there. So did they really, was it really them, or who's really behind these timekeepers?
Yeah, I have no idea. But how many episodes are there supposed to be? 5 or 6?
I see, that's another thing. WandaVision was what, like 8 to 10 episodes? I don't have it in front of me to pull up. I don't know. A small series that makes me feel like I've got enough, but I still want more, is around 10 to 13 episodes. That's usually what a good season is, around there.
Yeah, so WandaVision was 9 episodes, but those ones I feel like were longer. No, those ones were like 30-minute episodes, while Falcon and Winter Soldier were like an hour episode.
Yeah, I felt like those ones were longer. I felt like Falcon and Winter Soldier was more theatrical, and WandaVision was more of like a TV show. Same here with Loki. Loki feels, I feel like it's a little bit of both. Chris, thank you, Chris, for being on the gun, man. He says that Loki's gonna run for 6 episodes. Okay. So we got this night and then another one. So that makes sense why they're moving very quickly. It reminds me of like a 6-issue mini of a comic book series.
Yeah.
How quick paced those books are. You almost have to drop a bunch of bombs in the first 2-3 issues in order to get, drop some even major bombs over in the last few issues. So I like that. Thanks again, Chris, for jumping in, chiming in there. Again, if you guys don't know who Chris from BTO and Bag Books is, he is the he said right. He said he is the host over at Professor Frenzy. They drop an episode every Wednesday. If you guys want to head over there and listen to that, they've dropped a really cool episode today. They talk about all the really awesome indie books. They even mention everything that dropped on this day, on Wednesday. So head on over there and listen to their show. They do an amazing job, and that's usually where I get my indie comics news. So you guys want to listen to some really cool stuff, check it out. Awesome. I'm really excited. I can't wait. I gotta watch this episode tonight, and I've heard that people are saying that it's even better than the last. I don't know how they can do that.
That was so good.
Amazing, Chris. He says, "Oh, thanks for the plug." Yeah. Always, man. I will always give you guys a plug. You guys are awesome. Awesome. How are you? Hey, Chris, how are you liking Loki so far, and how far have you watched? Are you all caught up, and have you watched episode 5? I want to know your first impressions. You don't have to drop any spoilers, but you can let us know how you felt. Really cool, Ambrosia. I'm excited for this. How excited are you for Black Widow, though?
I am so excited. I think it's gonna be a great week.
Yeah, we got we have a Loki episode and a movie, the first movie of Phase 4 dropping in the same week.
It's been a long time coming, that's for sure.
Absolutely crazy. I can't say anything more. But Ambrosia, we are coming down to the end of the show. It is. Nothing is working for me today, Ambrosia.
Oh no, it's the aliens. I'm just gonna blame. I always just blame everything on the aliens.
Aliens from Signs.
Yes.
Pull out. Get the water. Because it's them. Anyway, that is the end of the show. We appreciate everybody hanging out with us right here on Wednesday Warriors. My name is Joey Galvez, and that is Ambrosia. You guys can listen to Ambrosia bi-weekly every month she drops an episode of her show called almost forgot your show, the Comic Book History Lessons. I'm like absent-minded. Head over to your favorite podcast player, and you guys can listen to Ambrosha talk about all the cool comic book history. She does it from the very beginning to modern day history. So head on over there and check it out. I just dropped I'm going to be dropping an episode tomorrow, but if you guys head on over to houseofindiepod.com, you guys can listen there. This is a special treat for those people who are listening right now. You guys can listen to a special episode. Oh, it's not a special episode, it's a regular episode that I uploaded to my website one whole day early. For everybody who wants to listen to it. But if you guys are subscribed, it will jump into your subscription tomorrow along with everybody else. But you guys are listening out there, you guys can head over there and listen to a episode one day early. Really cool. Chris says that he has
Chris is the best.
He has 5 minutes left in episode 4. Just when I thought when an episode starts to lull, boom, then it gets good with a shock moment or surprise. Whoa. Wow. He says applause, great show, you too. Thank you, Chris. Thank you.
Thanks, Chris.
Really awesome. Thank you for that.
He is.
Thanks for mentioning us on the show, on the episode. I appreciate that. I appreciate you and our good friend Professor Frenzy over there, Jerry Green. Awesome. Jerry Green's awesome. He's done some really cool stuff for me in the past, and I appreciate him and you every week that I listen to you guys. So cool. Ambrosha, where can they find you on social media?
I am on Instagram and Twitter at Ambrosia_Linda, and I am on TikTok at Comics and Cupcakes.
And you guys can check out her really cool feed. She's got some really cool stuff at TikTok. She talks all about some really cool stuff about comic books, obviously. And she makes cupcakes, she makes cookies, she eats candy on her.
I eat a lot of candy.
Yeah, so really, really cool. I appreciate her coming on every week and hanging out with me here talking about comic books. And awesome. You guys can listen to us and follow us on Twitter at Wed Warriors Live. That's WEDWAARIORSLIVE on Twitter. And shoot us a line. Let us know. And you guys want the first printing of Black Cotton #1 and 3 books from Oneshi Press. Just head over and find the candies and take a picture and let me know you guys did that, and I will throw you guys those books. Or I'm gonna up the pot next week. How about that, Ambrosia?
Yes.
How do you feel about that? Should we just up the pot? Should we just, you know what, guys? You guys need to. Whoops! I had 2 playing at the same time. Sorry. Once you guys do that for us, we will up the pot if we don't get anybody else jumping in on that contest. So until next time, Ambrosia, I appreciate you hanging out with me. And
thanks for having me. Thanks for hanging out with me.
It's always fun. I do not recommend the Kit Kat.
No, me either.
I recommend you want the Kit Kat.
Hopefully we'll find something good.
Here. Just when in doubt, give the kid something gross to your daughter, and she'll eat it. Yeah. Oh, it's so gross.
Like them. So
do you like it?
She asked if you liked it. She loves it. She says she loves it.
Oh, gross.
It's so gross. I don't like it. Here, you can have these too.
So cool.
You can have this too. All right. Thank you guys. We'll see you guys next time. I'm going to turn this off here, and then I'm going to drop you guys our outro video here. We'll see you guys next time.